What's up, guys? Welcome to today's stream. Got posting, let everybody know I'm live, so give me a second. Will not take too much of your guys' time before I get into this game. Alright, let's see what photo I can pose. Yeah, let's post Flamin' Kanye. I feel like it's been a while since I posted him, so Flamin' Kanye it is. Alright, let's scroll. Flamin' Kanye, Flamin' Kanye. I need to delete a lot of photos from my phone because I just got way too many stuff. There we go. Playing Back for Blood. Alright, let that post. Close out these apps and notifications. Alright. Plug up this headset. Get into this game. Because I've been waiting for it. I'd be so mad if they was all like, oh, the game ain't out yet, so can't play it. I'm like, fam, it is October 12th in certain areas of the world. Like let me play. Played the beta for this game, and I'm like, nah, I gotta play more. So let's get into this. Unreal Engine. Usually most games that's did in Unreal Engine, they're usually good. Text to speech. Yeah, keep that off. Filter off. I'm not colorblind. Full caption, menu subtitles. Okay. Brightness. Let's put it up all the way to the max. Ain't gonna read all that. Okay. Chat is recorded used for moderation. Well, I got my thing muted, so play tutorial. Play through Evansburg solo with friends. Let's skip because I ain't come here for no tutorials.
Well, if I don't got what you want, I can probably get it down the line.
What am I supposed to? Spend supply points at supply line into the practice room. So wait. I don't care about that. I don't care about that at all. Bruh. What was that? What kind of zombie was that? Bro, I'm telling you, man, they better not. They better not do me dirty with some big old giant zombies.
Okay, let's do this.
Wait, this is a thing? Wait. Cross trainers. Okay, well, we gotta have something sneakery. Oh, is this stuff already available? This game new. Yeah, game just came out. Came out 2 hours ago. Energy drink. Don't have rhythmic breathing, reload drills. What are some other thing? Weak spot. Yeah, let's have that. Oh, is there more things I can have? Oh, so I'm supposed to just choose all the way up till 15. Okay, okay. Um, so it's newborn. I'll tell you, man. Like, there's at times where it's like them dumb jokes. They be kind of funny. Like dad jokes, dumb jokes, all different. Like jokes that don't try to be too serious. Like they be funny sometimes. Wait, can I only have 5 or can I have more? I wonder if these cards, like, do they go out after a while? Because I ain't trying to use these cards and then I try to go back and then these cards is gone. I'm like, fam, it's just defeating the purpose of using them. I mean, I don't want to use no cards if they're going to disappear. I still got like 8 more pages to go through. Gotta take my vitamins. Gotta take my vitamins. Heals 2 health. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be using some assault rifles, so. I definitely take that. Let's do that. I really don't know the situation with this game. Okay. That's okay. I wasn't trying to shoot the second one, but got miss. Okay. A decent gun. I have to say I can respect it. Can I get me an assault rifle though?
Check it out.
Yeah. AK-47, M16. Oh, do I not have this yet? I guess I don't have it yet. So I'm probably going to have to play the game a little bit. See, that's the thing, though. If I preference, crossplay, replay. Also, I can put this on. Okay, cool. Cause I was like, I ain't trying to have this where it's they gonna make it mad difficult. And I'm like, fam, I'm just trying to play a game and have fun, but also play the game by myself. They look like that one dude that said he can beat up Bruce Lee. He's like some black actor today.
Chris.
Mom.
It's like, why would she blow dust in his face like that? Like, come on, lady.
Long time no see.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming. No more freebies, Red.
want the supplies, you need to put aside your difference with Phillips.
Yeah, I'm done playing soldiers for him. You should be too. Come on, Chris. Well, don't tell me you're still falling for his BS. Especially after what happened to Jason.
Don't bring my son into this. Look, you know how I feel
Oh,
about Philip.
something out
But he's
there.
right about one thing. This is a war.
The general's just clinging to the glory days. There's no chief left to
I
hate.
forgot, like, with some certain games and you play with AIs, it's usually not good.
You don't. I mean, we're
I should have reconsidered.
rebuilding.
Surviving's not
But I'm gonna
enough.
see how it
You
is.
got to fight.
Hopefully at this game, it's like most games I ain't played and they got AIs, just has not been good. Well, that's not healthy. Dang. Dang. Hey, yo, why is these zombies mad strong? They were like busting through the wall like it was nothing. Okay. Well, that's not good at all.
I love Mondays.
No shit.
Fine, today is Monday.
Hey, I got this.
No, you don't. Damn, this is exactly like Left 4 Dead.
On second thought,
Wow. It's like, fam, what arm exercises you've been doing where you just only got one arm? Like, he skipped left arm day.
Welcome to the team.
I was about to say, I was all like, wait a minute, like, Mom, Holly, Walker. I thought they was like saying like Walker is in like the like I don't know why it's just Walking Dead and just freaking man. So wait, starter custom deck. Let's use the deck that I went through all that trouble building that deck. So through time limit. Okay. All right, here we go. Finally.
What the fuck are we gonna do? They're everywhere.
We'd better call this into Phillips.
Over 2. This is Hope 1. Do you copy?
We're here.
Need all cleaners back at the Ville. Pronto. Hard copy?
Solid copy.
Hope 1 out.
Well, you heard the general.
Don't you
Need to find a good vantage point. See how bad it is.
Well, that's not good. They don't have it where it's like, what's the point of like solo play if you can't even pause the game?
Sniper rifle here.
This way. You see it?
I could have had a grenade button, but
Short shotty.
that's not good at all.
Reloading.
Hey, it doesn't pause.
There.
Heads up.
What's that?
Shit. I'm sorry, Ren. Come on. You need to keep moving. Need that.
What's that?
You okay?
Can I take that scope off? Cause I can't. No. Can't even like.
Well, that was a fine hole.
Oh wow. Yeah, let's get up off this roof.
Over there.
I'll take this.
Okay, I will not switch out a freaking. Where's the downstairs? Bruh. How are we supposed to get down then? Because I ain't jumping. There we go. And I'm dead.
Waiting for an invitation? Let's kill these motherfuckers!
This is why I do not like guns with scopes, man.
Is anyone still out there? We need help. They've got us trapped. It's okay, we hear you. Oh, thank God. We thought we were the only ones left. We could really use some assistance. We're pinned down in the old...
Oh, they're not alive anymore.
Fuck. Stick to the center and you'll be fine.
Wait, I did what? What does that mean? What does it mean I scared the birds? Why is there birds here anyways? Is that like their version of scaring witches? I mean...
Just what I want. it's on.
Well, that was fun.
Freaking get me a shotgun. Forget this crap. Okay, they didn't give you like no guidance on where you need to go. They just like, hey, start playing this game, go wherever.
See that?
Over there.
Toolkit here. It may look bad, but it's not.
Let's go. Engaging Britain.
Coming through. Tall boy, watch out! You shot me.
It's like, bruh, I'm dead.
Patching myself up.
At least climbing ain't bad in this game. Most games have been like, nah, you can't climb.
Shut the damn door. You want to let them in?
Hey, and wait. Oh, I did. Okay, cool, cool. I thought it's like out of time. I was like, bam, there was a minute left. They ain't killed none? Nah, that's cap. They had to kill some. Check my phone real quick. Okay.
We're friendlies, man. Come out.
Didn't ask you to be here. Best you went. The door's clearly marked. Unless you're buying. Just get what you need and get out.
There's that door. Okay.
Heading out.
So like birds, that's what.
Meds. This place feels like pineapple on pizza. Just plain wrong.
Yeah, I agree with her on that. I agree with her on that. Wow.
Just wait there a second, please.
Bruh. That is some crap. How did Mess get underneath, like...
Handgun.
over there.
I'll take this.
Shotgun here.
Digger! Reloading! Evangelo, watch out!
Looks like we got bigger problems to worry about than just the Ridley.
Yeah, much bigger.
Nah, I want that.
Careful! Exploder! Watch out!
Bro, that thing is. Oh, I'm dead.
Just the excitement. That's all.
Watch out! Cowboy! Reloading! I thought there'd be a thing of too much attention.
This is not good at all, man.
Walker! I thought you were trained to use that.
You okay?
Bro, we are honestly going to die.
I'll be fixed up soon.
Thanks, hon. There.
Watch out! Stinger!
I thought they were dying out.
Doesn't matter right now.
That's not good.
Concentrate on getting back to Fort Hope.
At least for now.
Gun strike. Gotta reload. Just what I want.
Ammo if you need it.
Ammo here.
AR here. There we go, hon.
Stinger!
Back! Reloading! Careful! Loader!
Over there! Man, that was really
Appreciate
hurt.
you having me.
Cool.
Something's over there.
Come on now!
Feel that? I feel that and it don't feel good. I can do this!
That thing is back, bruh. Like, come on, man. I'm running around that mess. Nah.
Reloading!
Just a little bit further.
Bruh, why is there so many zombies?
Loader! Incoming!
Shotgun! Covered in them pigs.
Not far. It's a passable route over Washington Bridge.
Nah, I don't want that. I don't like that scope on it.
You know.
Watch out! Reloading!
Reloading!
Better heal up there, Mom.
Nah, we good. That thing ain't going nowhere.
Got a tall boy!
Slow down! Get out of here, maggot brain!
Got you, Mom.
Over here! Use me!
Thanks, kid.
Thanks.
Machete here!
It's like, where's the safe room at? Oh. Bro, that's not the safe room. Okay, we got it.
I'll be able to do this with my eyes closed. It'll be a relief.
Over there.
Look there.
I was like, bruh, get everybody just out the way. Hey, I'm trying to close the door. This game is actually pretty fun. It brings me back to the freaking Left 4 Dead days.
All units, pull back to Fort Hope. We're closing off all routes to Finleyville. We need to stop written access across the Canoa River ASAP. That means taking out George Washington Bridge. We cannot wait for those caught on the other side.
Bro, I don't want the weapon with a scope on it, man.
Need that.
Take that mess off. It's like, they take that off the scope, because I'm like, fam, I can't even see what I'm looking at.
I'll take point.
Nope.
Did you
Steady
see
over
that?
here.
Hanger! Need to reload.
Nope.
I ain't trusting this fog, I know that much.
Over there.
I don't know if anyone can hear me, but our settlement is gone. The infected have changed, mutated. I repeat, Evansburg is gone. No survivors.
Dang. It's like, wait, why would you assume somebody would want to hear that? Like, I ain't need to hear that. Like, all that's just gonna do is just make me sad. Like, come on now.
Loader incoming! Reloading.
I really don't even know where to go. Like, we gonna truthfully be honest.
Now like that. Hands on here.
Meds here.
I seen something I'm about to say. Bruh. I don't know what that was, but I don't want no parts of it. What's wrong? Why it's glowing like that? But well, maybe it's on fire.
Sleep tight, princess.
Bruh, they both died? Are you serious? Oh my god. That's crazy.
Hey, somebody want to help me?
Appreciate it.
Hey, what's up, Justin? This door don't open. That's nice.
Thanks, Mom.
I got you.
Bro, I thought I killed that thing. Oh, that hurt.
I don't even know what this is. Soon, I'll be able to do
Thanks,
this with my
kid.
eyes closed. Be a relief.
Can't go that way. Bro, they had 3 of those things, or was it just the 2?
Gun strike. Gotta reload.
Ammo here.
Not on my watch.
It's like, this is a thing?
How about over?
It's like, stop hitting me. I'm trying to help out my friend.
Heard something.
Wow. So wait, now what do we do? Bro, did we go somewhere, or did we just...
Thanks, Mom.
You'll be good as new.
Fam.
Reloading. Doing good playing this game. So I was like, I was waiting for it. I like it. I think it's cool. Back for Blood. It's supposed to be like Left 4 Dead, but the new version. Oh, I'm about to die. I don't think I can revive myself. Or add health to myself.
I was worried about you guys for a moment, but I knew we had it.
Okay, it's like, how do we do that?
Fucked up pretty bad here.
GEEK here.
They don't really tell you like where you're supposed to go. Like,
I'll take this. Thanks.
we go,
Need
hon.
some first aid here.
fam, I feel like we shouldn't be going backwards. It's been for a bit. Try to clock out for the night. It's all chilled, man. Appreciate you for stopping by. I could just hop. Oh, okay.
We can rest up there before we head to the bridge.
Get to the safe room. Yeah, I'm probably about to hop on grid for a second. Hop on grid and wait, where's the safe room? Big tire. Nah, I feel it.
Hear that?
That was me earlier.
Dead end.
Shoot, earlier I was like,
Through here.
knew that was gonna happen.
Get me back in the fight.
Sub Hamza.
Something's over there.
Oh, they dead. Wait, was it upstairs? Right, that thing is upstairs.
You're in big trouble once I get the bullets back in this gun.
I need to hurry up, get in this safe room. Damn, how do you get in this? Dang, they got all these different ways of getting into places. Wow.
What the hell is this crap?
I'm ready. You ready? Kick ass. Bandages.
It's like, by the grace of God, man. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that's a pretty hard game.
Move it. Can't hold up in here forever.
Damn, we made it. Here,
Appreciate
I
it.
got you.
Okay. This game is crazy. Think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna play some of that later on, but definitely will play some more of it eventually. What's up? Yeah. I need to charge my phone. I can't even find my other charger. Alright, let's continue off this career. So they say it's like one race, but it'd be, yeah, it's like a race. Well, it's only only a mile, but it's 4 laps though.
Put that pinky down and put your tea away, because it's race day at Silverstone.
Qualify for first place. Tomorrow's my buds and I start querying taking it first. Takes for our music, so it's gonna be a long day. Probably hang out for at least 20-ish more minutes. Freaking take. Oh man, I'm telling you, I was like, that was funny. You telling me about that. I mean, he's a big fan. You know you're a big fan of something when you got the gas thing and the sign in front of your house. I'm like, I don't think I've ever, like, met anybody that's... Well, actually, no, I was talking about that in the previous stream, how the guy, he drives around in this nice-looking Camaro in the area I live in, and he has this Jimmy John's, like, sticker on the side, and I'm like, fam, you just kill the whole mood for that Camaro. Like, you can't take that nowhere besides Jimmy John's. Like, out of all the, like... honestly, I would rather have Texaco than it's like, oh, okay, you know, he probably races or something. Jimmy John's? Like, fam, come on now. Like, I don't even get that. Like, maybe he's sponsored, but I'm like, fam, that's literally the only sticker he has. And he has it in the area where the numbers should be at. So I'm like, I just think that guy is a massive Jimmy John's fan. I'm like, bro, you gotta choose a different sticker, man. It's like, you gotta choose something else. I don't even know which is... I'd rather have Texaco than Jimmy John's. Let's just say that. You know, Texaco can be like a retro thing on the look to a car. Rather than Jimmy John's. I'm like, fam, like... That doesn't even make any sense. Monster have an LE. So I guess. I mean, like, I would have, like, honestly, the only, like, sponsor or something I would have on the car is if it's, like, Red Bull or something. Because you see that a lot. You see they be promoting it on Instagram and all of that, so. But, it, like, Jimmy John's, though, just such, it's, bro, it's the most, it's, honestly, I seen that Camaro. And I seen it, like, you know, when it was, like, there was one day I was just outside and seen it, like, driving, but I only seen the front, like, part of it. As soon as he passed by and I just seen that Jimmy John sticker, I'm like, bruh. So many things you could have did to that car, and that's what you decided to go with. Yeah, I'm like, I like Red Bull. Monster is just, it's, I don't know. I know people have, like, their ill feelings towards, like, Red Bull. People have their ill feelings towards Monster. It's not to have an ill feeling towards it. It's just that, like, it ain't my go-to energy drink. Plus, they only serve, like, one size. Like, Red Bull, at least I'm like, okay, I don't feel like drinking a whole lot of Red Bull today. Let me get one of these small ones. I'm like, oh, I want the, like, I need more energy, so you get one of the bigger ones. Monster, on the other hand, they just one can, that's it. Like, dang, can I drink, like, some of it later? And then it's, nah, one can, that's it. But I will tell you this much. I definitely don't like the tropical flavored Red Bull. I drink a Monster before I drink a tropical flavored Red Bull again. I remember I had that, and I didn't want to waste my money. Because I was like, it was like, you know, this is my last few dollars to spend on Red Bull. And so I was like, dang, alright. Guess I'll drink this. I hated every moment of it. Gave me energy, but it just felt so wrong. I make sure I tell everybody that knows me, that knows I like Red Bull, it's like, get me any other flavor besides tropical. They used to have one, it was like lime, but it honestly, it tasted like Sprite. It did not taste like no, like, lime Red Bull. It tastes so whack. I'm trying to think, did I have the cherry one? I might have. I just don't remember how it tastes. Watermelon one is alright. But, yeah, that tropical one, I'd rather have that cherry one than that tropical one. Because tropical, I was like, hey, yo, this is just edible poison. Like, this shouldn't be allowed in my system. Like, if that would have been the go-to flavor, like the official flavor for Red Bull is that tropical flavor, I'd been like, nah, I never would drink Red Bull. I'm like, that's just, man. That'd been like, that's honestly, like, if I was ever being interrogated by a cops for something, and they're all like, they just open up a tropical flavored Red Bull in front of me, I'm like, I'll tell you guys everything you want to know. I just don't want to drink that. I mean, green ones are okay in my opinion. Yellow is, yeah, yellow is tropical. Yellow is tropical. I was like, that's, man. Like, I didn't even feel happy after drinking that. Like, every time when I drink a Red Bull, I usually feel happy. After that one, I did not feel happy. I felt like becoming the Joker and terrorizing Gotham City. Like, that's honestly why he's the way that he is. Forget the movie Joker. Nah, he had a tropical Red Bull, and that's why he became the man that he is. I feel like that's something like petty, like the day I like get into a relationship and get married and stuff. I feel like that would be like some like petty stuff like my wife would do. Like, babe, can you give me a Red Bull? She comes home with a tropical one. I'm like, oh, you something else. You are something else. I'm like, just to show you how petty I am, I'm gonna drink it. I ain't gonna enjoy it, but I'm gonna drink it. Like, just kill the whole situation with kindness. But I'm saying, I'm like, tropical, man. I don't know what they were thinking when they made that. And what drink tastes like that? I think it's Nos. Nos tastes like that. It tastes like the tropical Red Bull. I remember I bought Nos one day just to overall see what it tastes like, and I'm like, bruh, I'd rather just go and ingest one of those canned Nos things that they had in Fast and Furious. I'm like, probably would have killed me, but I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get why these drinks just be nasty sometimes. Yeah. I was like, I tried that. I'm like, this isn't right, man. This isn't right at all. Now, they did have a red one, and the red one is actually pretty good. They have a red Nos can. That's good. But the regular ones, nah. Not even. So, for Aston Martin, how'd that look? It actually looked kind of nice. I guess I'll buy this. Wasting my money. Look at Beats by Dre like logo. But yeah, I'm like, Nas is just not right, man.
So now we turn our attention to Kristen, our expert on all things motorsports.
It's like, what are some other bad energy drinks? There is this one energy drink I remember having, and it looks like it's a Bud Light can. And I was like, I remember I had that one day, but I was out in public, and I'm like, I got to looking at the situation, and I'm like, bruh, nah, I can't. I was like, I can't drink this outside, because people are gonna think it's a Bud Light can. They think, oh, he's just outside, just publicly drinking. Cop pulls over, looks at me, and he's like, what you drinking there? I'm like, bruh, I swear it's an energy drink. He's like, nah, that's alcohol. You under arrest. Now I'm spending the night in jail because they think I'm drunk. And I'm like, nah, I'm just uncoordinated. I'm already unbalanced. That'd be funny. Cop pulls me over, thinks I'm drunk. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not. I don't drink, but I am unbalanced. So, like, you can do one of those breath test things on me, but no alcohol in this system. Alcohol ain't even like, fam. Yeah, because I think you said you're in high school, right, Justin? You tell people. Yeah, I think that's stupid when a cop. I'm like, bro, I can't even do that sober, let alone drunk. I'm like, drunk me is like, I don't even know what that means. Yeah, but I just let you know this right now. Alcohol ain't all that special. It's just, to me, it's whatever. I mean, I don't know if you've, had a drink or something, but if you haven't, bruh, it's perfectly fine. Like, water, protein shakes, and energy drinks is honestly better than alcohol. And apple juice in the boxes, not apple juice in the bottles. You gotta get the juice box, apple juice. Bottled ones, they don't taste the same. But yeah, cops, and they be all like, can you say the alphabets backwards? If I had been drunk, I had been like, because I feel like I still got, like, you know, my mind, like, is there. I'm just a little bit wobbly. But I had looked at him and been like, fam, I can't even say that stuff sober. Now you want me to say it while I'm drunk? Now, I can maybe walk the line. I can maybe, you know, follow the light, but I definitely ain't saying the alphabets backwards. I know, I grew up around a family of people who drink a lot. Using spent their time money more efficiently. Anything recreational. Social, yeah. Yeah, it's just drinking ain't all that good. Anybody that ain't ever, if you watching this or hearing this, like, I know there's some people out there that likes drinking. Me, I'm like, I don't care for it. I'm that one friend that shows up with Red Bull and Fiji water. I'm like, hey, this is my beverage for the night. I'm saying, like, I do not care. I don't care for it. It's like that, smoking, what else? Any form of drugs, like, I don't care for it. Why somebody be like, so what you're saying crack is bad? Like, I mean, listen, just look at the name. Why do you think they call it crack? It's like, you're cracked out. Like, you don't know what's going on. You think a Vietnam War is going on, and all you doing is just in a Macy's looking at clothes. It's them hallucinant drugs. That's the drugs. I remember, I'll never forget at my old job, there was a girl that used to work there. She offered me some edibles, and I'm like, fam, based off of what I've seen in comedy skits and what people have told me what happens when they take edibles, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm already paranoid. I don't need to be even more paranoid. Like, yeah, it's just that type of stuff ain't for me. Cause I'm not trying to be there, and especially at work too. Like, Mankins out to get me tight. Exactly. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, I just can't do it. Can't get into it. I can't inject myself with nothing. I don't even like needles. Like, when I got the COVID vaccine shot, fam, I'm like, can you just, like, put it in a shot glass and I'll just drink it? I'm like, I don't like needles. Like, I'm not a fan of that. So to have it where I'm constantly, like, shooting needles up my... Nah, can't do it. That's, like, one thing, like, about the vaccine. Like, because I can't remember the last time I got a shot for something, but feeling that needle in my arm, I was like, fam, like, I legit felt the needle touch my muscles. That felt so weird. That was like, man, I don't know why it felt like that. Then the second time she did it, I was like, I don't know. I didn't really have, like, too much feeling that time. But the first time, oh, man. But that second vaccine shot, I don't know if anybody in chat's got the vaccine, but... Fam, I got, I went through Pfizer. I don't know about Johnson & Johnson. Is just, no. That's one big fat no. Johnson & Johnson, I honestly think they just inject them. They're probably, like, Trump supporters, and they're actually putting Lysol in people. And then Moderna, I don't know too much about them. And then Pfizer obviously being, like, the better option. But... First shot, I was chilled. Second shot, oh my god. I honestly felt like I was turning into a zombie. I was like, this ain't right. I'm like, my body is sore. I'm like, I got a headache. Second one killed me. He was dying for like 3 days. Allergies acting up. Oh, dang. Yeah, for me, it was only a day. It was only, and it wasn't even like a full day at that. Like, I felt fine the night before. And then I remember the next day, that's when I was like, oh wow, this is hitting. I woke up early, just my whole body sore. Funny thing was, it was like I wasn't even taking it serious. Like, I don't even remember the doctor telling me to like go home and get rest. Like, the day I was like feeling sore and stuff, I legit went outside so I can go and or actually no, I went to the mall so I could go exchange me some shoes. And I was outside exercising. I drank water, at least I did that, but I was like, nah, I'm not a person that rests. I don't like resting. Doctor tells me go home, get rest. I'm like, I go home and freaking live stream and record YouTube videos, but I'm not resting. Can't do that. I'm sorry. And then even it was like when I got the shots, dang, I messed up. Even when I got the shots, like my arm was like mad sore. Still did my 300 push-ups. Just had to overall fight through the pain. I don't know. I don't think I'm human. Some of the things that I do, I'm like, I don't see other people do this, so. But yeah, that second shot, I was like, well, Rick and Daryl, I'm like, this is my address. Show up here. I would prefer, I don't know. I prefer for the, you know, my death to be quick and painless. So don't try to, you know, torture me. But yeah, I'm like, Rick and Daryl, do your thing. It's like, do what you've been doing for the past, like, what, 8, like, 10 or 9, 10 seasons. Like, anybody out there, it's like, you know, but the thing is, though, a lot of people, because, like, jokes aside, it honestly just felt like that I just did a crazy workout, and I just had, like, a bad headache. Other than that, like, the funny thing is, like, that wasn't even, like, the worst part of that day. The worst part of it was, the, like, girl that I had liked at the time asking me to, hang out with her and her boyfriend. That was the worst thing that could have happened to me that day. Forget the vaccine shot and being sick. I was like, really? I'm like, that's how I'm gonna end my day off? I'm like, nah. I'm like, I'd rather start the day all over again and be all messed up from this vaccine shot. Yeah, I was like, that day, that was a very eventful day. Good thing is that I was able to get the shoes that I like. That was the only good thing that happened that day. I got some shoes that I like. Other than that, that day was not good. But yep. Talking about probably. Honestly, I don't remember, but most likely. That situation was all bad. I'm like, man, it's stuff like that, you know, I wish, like, I'm gonna just let everybody know this right now. It's, you know, if you chase somebody for a super long time and still nothing hasn't happened, like, I'm not big on telling people to give up, but I feel like on a situation like that, you gotta give up. So yeah, definitely on situations like that, you just gotta give up, so you won't be in as much pain when it's all over. But that's just something I just couldn't do to a girl. Like, if a girl came out and told me that she liked me, and I was all like, you know what, like, that's cool and all, but sorry, nothing can happen. But hey, like, hang out with me and the my significant other. I'm like, I don't think I can ever do that to a person. Said it done a few times. It sucks. No, it does. Honestly, it does. It sucks. Like, I know I say that, and I know people ain't gonna listen, but I just say that just in case, you know, somebody does listen. I'm like, hey, I'll say what I can, but yeah, it's a horrible situation. But it's like, I moved on, so that's honestly, it's like, eventually I did. Took me a while, but yeah, I moved on. It's like, you know, you kind of just sit down and see the situation, then you're like, well, dang, like, I should have moved on a long time ago. Like, if I honestly could go back in time, like, knowing what I was, like, gonna happen, I definitely would have moved on, like, first year. Cause yeah, I was like, that's I was like, but man, I'm like, it's when I sit down and think about that, I'm like, dang, like, I don't think that's just something you should never do to a person, or ask them that if they, you know, if you know that they like you, like, even afterwards, like, if they don't like you anymore, that's just still something, like, I would never, like, ask somebody, be like, oh yeah, hang out with my significant other, like, the person I turned you down for. Like, she wanted to, like, spend the night at this hotel and wanted me to, sleep in the same room as him. And I'm like, that's not gonna slide. I'm like, that's not gonna be cool with me. I'm like, because I know what kind of person I am, and I know I'll say something smart. And so, and then it's gonna probably lead into something, and I'm like, to eliminate all of that, I'm not even gonna, nah. I'm like, you guys can. I'm overall just gonna stay home. Be sad. It's like, I remember, like, after that, like, it just, like, everything kind of, you know, because I'll be real, I don't think I have. I think it affects my everyday life. Only affects me in the moment when I start. No, honestly, that's how it is. I relate to that. I relate to that 100%. Because I'll tell you this much, like, it's, like, I talked on it a few times, but the initial day when she told me that she started seeing another guy, I broke down. Well, not that day, but it was like maybe a few days later to just kind of like, you know, like, dang, this is real. Like, this isn't no dream. This isn't like no alternative reality. Like, this is real. I remember I just broke down and I just cried. That was like the first time in years I cried. And I was like, I cried hard. And there was a lot of, like, you know, friends that was reaching out to me because once I told them that, they were just, you know, they were shocked because they know me. They know I'm just like, I got two emotions. I'm either laughing about something or I'm getting mad about something but end up laughing about it. Those are the only two emotions that I, like, display. Happiness and anger. But it's, like, not like, oh, I'm, like, gotta take my anger out. It's usually anger that's gonna cause others to laugh. So it's like, to see that side of me where I'm crying and stuff, I was like, nah, this ain't good. Cry is probably 5. Yeah, same with me. Last time it was like prior be like last, so because it was last year and it was like some time before that, it was like about 5. I think it was about like 5 years before. Because I thought I thought there was a family member that I care about, and I thought they were going to be in a tight situation in life. And I was like, I didn't have like no money, nothing to help them out. And so I remember I broke down in tears and started crying because I'm like, I can't even help this family out. And so, yeah, then like 5 years later, and I'm like, man, it's just, you know, it's crazy because I'm like, for somebody, I don't know, me personally, if a girl chases me for 3 years and she's doing all these different things and she wants to be involved in my life and stuff, like, I'm pretty sure one date wouldn't hurt. Like, I'm not, like, you know, trying to force nobody to, like, you know, do things they don't want to do, but I'm just saying, like, so you chase somebody for 3 years, they deserve something. like a pat on the back, and you know, that's not enough. Like I spent days and nights like doing everything that I possibly could to like prove like, hey, like I want to be in a relationship with you. But it was like I had to, yeah, overall I had to just like take a break from the dating and relationship scene. There's this one girl, it was like I went to school with her, and she messaged me, and she was like she wanted to date. She messaged me, she was just like she wanted to date me, and I was like, I'm just not mentally right yet to get into that. It was so bad though. Like I remember after that, when she invited me to go hang out at the hotel, I remember I had it affected my like head just so much. I remember a friend of mine's, his wedding was not too long like after that, and I couldn't even show. And this is like a childhood friend of mine. It's like this dude's like a brother to me, and I couldn't even make it to his wedding because I'm sitting here dealing with my stuff. Like I know, right? Like when she when she told me that, I was like, you joking, right? Like this is one of them life lessons, right? I'm like, if this is a life lesson, this is a messed up life lesson. So bad. Not me. All mentally. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I just overall like mentally, I told him, I was just like mentally, I can't like really, you know, be in those situations like that. Like it's not your fault. But it's just, you know, my head's not right now, so. But yeah, it's like, that's why I'm like, I'm just kind of hesitant about a lot of situations now. Like, that's what it overall did. It's just, you know, I don't trust a lot of things. Like, a girl can walk up to me right now and say that I've been in love with you for years and I want to marry you. I'm like, are you sure? Like, I've been looking around. I'm like, okay, where's Ashton Kutcher at? Because if this is a punked episode, I'm like, this ain't, that wasn't a good prank. Like, blow up a car or something, or, you know, do some other dumb stuff. This ain't cool, man. That's why they had me on one of them like dating shows, and they've been like, yeah, Tyler, he had no reaction at all to such and such sending him back home. Then they cut to me. I'm like, fam, this has been happening to me since birth. Like my own doctor, she didn't even want to like, you know, check to see if I was alive. She had another doctor do it. So like that's how down bad I am with women. I'm like, you and your own doctor don't even want to check that you good at birth, so. But yeah, I'm like, stuff like that, you know, it's just best advice I could give a person. It's like, don't chase after something if it ain't chasing after you. Like, you may cry, you gonna get upset, you gonna listen to a lot of, you know, crazy rap music. Because I'm saying, there's a lot of songs I listen to, and I'm like, I don't even know what other things you might do. Yeah, I think that's gonna probably be about it. You're gonna listen to a lot of, like, crazy rap music. More so, like, Chicago rappers and Florida rappers, because that's who I was listening to. And, yeah. Eventually, you know, after talking with some friends, you want to follow the same exact footsteps as I did, maybe become a content creator. It's like, life's gonna get better. That was the one thing though, it was like going, like, talking about it and stuff. I'm like, fam, I didn't want to really talk about it too much to people because I was like, I feel like people are going to use it against me. I mean, if people do, I'm like, they do. You know, my, like, I'm just so, like, talking is tough. Talking is tough. It is. But it's honestly, it's the best thing to do. Like, talking with my friends, I was like, man, that was, I'm happy. I'm happy I have the friends I have, because if it wasn't for them, I probably still would have been like, you know, I don't even know if I'd be streaming right now. But yeah, it's like I just overall had to, like, you know, do things to just take my mind off of it, because, you know, sitting around, like, just dwelling on the, like, past and just thinking and all that stuff, like, it wasn't helpful. It wasn't helpful at all. So I was like, I had to overall, like, mentally for myself get better, because if I didn't, I'd been like, I would have been in a very tough spot in life right now.
Another pleasant night at Crescent Valley. Kristen, over to you. Well,
I'm like, man, it's like people that go through it. I've had where people, they told me about how they gone through it and stuff, and I'm like, man, situation's been worse. You know, situation's been kind of like on the same level and stuff, and I'm like, man, it's messed up that people gotta go through that type of stuff. That's why I'm like, on my worst enemy, or just even the girl herself, I'm like, I would not want y'all to go through that. It is not good. Like, you know, putting all your love into a person, then you can't even get, like, an ounce of it back. Like, yeah, it's like pretty much like just throwing, like, I don't know, parts of your life in the fire. And I'm like, it's just, it's tough at times. Like, I'd be truthfully honest with you guys, like, in the current, like, mind state that I'm in right now, it is very tough being a content creator and then trying to, like, balance out your personal life. It's like you trying to be there for others, whether it's, you know, helping them grow as content creators or just overall entertaining people. It's tough. It's like I want to take a break, but I'm like, I can't, because I'm not a big content creator. Just overall, like, okay, like, let me, you know, mentally get back into it.
ready for a night of exciting racing action. Okay, it looks like the race is about to start.
One relationship I had, I remember she was asking me why was I so down. And all that, and I told her a lot of it, feel like scared her away. Still kind of weighs on me a little bit. Makes me kind of self-conscious about my emotions. Think I'm dealing. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I really don't, you know, if it's like people that I can relate, or people that overall I can relate to, then I'll talk to them about it. Random people I don't, like, you know, like, there's people I haven't really talked to that much about, like, you know, my personal life, because I'm like, you know, they probably, they don't go through this type of stuff. They probably don't even know how to respond to this. I just don't want to talk to a person and then they're like, oh, you'll be alright. Like, that's just something that you don't tell a person if they going through it. That's like telling the person it's just a video game when they went like 0-6 in 2K. Like, you don't tell somebody that. So that's what I'm like, yeah, that's like one thing I have to say that I'm like, I'm really good at. Because it's stuff that I pretty much tell people things that I would have wanted to hear if I was going through their situation. Like, that's how I talk to people. So I am pre-thought of, like, what to say to a person prior before even saying it. That's why I swear, I'm like, I'm not human. Like, I was like the actual, I'm like Siri, but the human version with emotions. But yeah, it's like people, you know, place out situations. I'm like, remember trying to create content a few years ago, and thought it was quality and hilarious, I believe. Went nowhere with this. That resorts just doubt my dreams. Tough, but yeah. That's the thing. I'm like, I don't want to like get it to the point where I'm doubting myself, but at the same time, like, you know, with my situation, I was like, bro, I was doubting myself a lot. I was doubting myself physically. I was doubting myself mentally. Like, I honestly, it's like, you know, you go through some stuff like that, you think like something's wrong with you. And a lot of people, I don't think they overall sit down and think about that. That's why I try to tell people, I'm like, you know, before you're quick to put somebody in a situation that they don't want to be put in, it's like, imagine a situation that you don't want to be put in. You know, it's like, place yourself in my shoes. Like, how would that make you feel? And that's like the one thing that people hate doing. They hate being put in somebody else's shoes. That's like one thing that I pay attention to with people. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, put yourself in my shoes. How would that make you feel? Well, I'm not in your shoes, so I don't have to think. I'm like, no, but do it. I'm like, as soon as they say some stuff like that, they can't handle being put in your shoes. That's why I say, like, when the stuff that I go through, I'm like, I don't wish that on nobody. I wish that on absolutely nobody. Because I'm like, there's people out there that probably have been through the stuff that I've been through, and they took it 10 times worse. I'm like, sorry to be blunt and to be honest, but there's probably people that went through the same stuff I went through, and they're not even here today to talk about it. So it's like situations. I'm like, I try my hardest not to put people in situations. People always try to tell you that, like, oh, you can't go your whole life being a positive person. I'm like, I can and I will. Because I'm like, why would I want to put somebody through, why would I want to be negative towards people? It's like, what have they done to me where I have to be negative towards them? You know? I'm like, I'm only negative to people if they negative towards me. And 2K. In 2K and Ubisoft, they're an exception to the rules. I'm like, I would kindly hand 2K and Ubisoft L's, because I'm like, you guys just don't know how to make video games. But yeah, I'm like, that's like one thing, it's just, and that's like what I've like been thinking on. Like, I don't think of like just one scenario in like in a situation. I think of like multiple scenarios. And that's like one of the things that's crossed my mind is like, what if there's a time where, you know, I move on and then that's when she decides like, oh, I want to be in a relationship with you. And I'm like, I would like to hope, pray, and think that I ain't gonna fall for that. Because I'm like, look, I chased you for some years. I'm like, and the crazy thing is like, I don't know. I know, like, though, it's like, just because you, like, you know, spend money on a person or give them things that, you know, that you shouldn't be giving away. But it's like, I just, me personally, I feel like that it's like, you know, it's just crazy that you can do stuff like that. You can be there for a person, like, with material stuff, mental stuff, like, anything possible. Be there to motivate them and, like, you know, do things that's never been did to you. But it's like, you do that stuff and it's just then for nothing to happen. It's like, dang. So what did I do all that stuff for? That's why I'm like, you know, in situations like that where it's just, there is ever a time where she's like, oh, you know, let's try to work on having, I'm like, I don't want to work on it. I tried for 3 years, and that's 3 years I'm not getting back. And then it was a year of being emotional, so. Involved with music, dreams again, slowly gain motivation, everything. Say I'm not looking for a relationship. Yeah, I know, right? Same. Yeah, I'm like me, I'm just focused on content creating. I'm focused on YouTube and Twitch streaming. I'm like, that's what, and exercising. That's honestly the only things that takes my mind off of it. Going outside, jogging. I need to find a gym. I need to get back into weightlifting. That's what I need to do. Feel like once I just do that, come home, work on content creating, never sleep, go right back to that's not good. Nah, I can't do that. I'm gonna have to sleep a little bit, but I take my daily naps. Them daily naps be hitting. Fam, daily naps, like, man, I be taking those at times. I'm like, I feel just like a kid again. Them daily naps be hitting. Like, in or preschool, bro. Them daily naps, I'm like, man. Like, why would they do that to us? I was like, nah, they should have had them kids out, like, us outside during, like, recess or something. Nap time should have been, like, recess time. Because I'm like, now I ain't got older, and I'm like, hey, yo, nap time hits. Maybe it's an old person thing. I'm like, I don't know why I feel old. I'm just in my, mid-20s. I'm like, them nap times. Busting as a kid. Then, no, they do. They honestly, they do. I take naps and I'll wake up and be like, dang, what was that? Like, that nap felt good. Like, I didn't know naps can feel good. It's crazy how, like, napping can be a lot better than sleeping at night. Well, no, I take that back. Them late night, like, especially, fam, like, the ideal, like, overall, like, just sleep. Like, I want to, like, be able to have, like, the view of the moon. Like, I want the moon to, like, shine through my window. Because at times, like, when the moon does that, and I wake up, and my TV is, like, it's not at a high volume. It's, like, at the perfect volume, okay? And then there's just that little bit of moonlight that's just shining through my room. Fam, that's just beautiful. Dark, I can't see nothing, but it's such a beautiful scenery. Like, there is that time, I remember there was that times where I just would want to, like, sleep on the floor, because, like, the moon, I don't know why the moon gotta be so high up, but, like, it would be so high up to where it would just shine, like, through my window, and so I was like, man, that moonlight, it ain't no joke. I'm telling you, I'm gonna, like, find, like, that's what I'm gonna, like, when day I go and go out and buy a house, I'm make sure I ask the homeowner association person. They're gonna be like, so you put in this request where you want, like, a moon view? I'm like, yes, I want that moon to be shining in my face. My roof. Looking at the sky like 11 p.m. I see, that's the thing. I'm scared to do that. Because I don't want to do that. And then next thing you know, I wake up and then people are standing around me talking about, sir, don't panic. Like, everything is going to be okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? I look down and my whole leg is, like, twisted. And I'm like, how this happened? Like, I'm like, who did this to me? They're like, sir, you was asleep on your rooftop, okay? You start having this weird dream about horses and zebras. I guess one of the zebras, you was fighting it, and then you rolled off of the roof of your house and you broke your leg.
And here we are for the first round, Kristen. How you feeling about this one?
Pretty good.
That would sound like some dream I have. Be out there. I don't know how many dreams I had where I've been fighting animals. I'm like, fam, I need to stop having dreams like that. Yeah, I'm like, I love the moon view. I love when it's just shining through my window. Actually, that's what I should do. Because I'm like, I could just open up YouTube on my TV and just see if they got, like, one of those, like, 11-hour, like, moon videos or something. I'm like, wake up, I'm about to crash. I'm good. Is sick. Space it is, honestly, it is. That's why I like see, like, where certain people where they live at, like Arizona, and they show, like, they'll show, like, how the sky be looking, and I'm like, dang, I'm like, it really be looking like that? I'm like, it looks so nice and peaceful. Meanwhile, I'm just out here just freaking trees and barely any moonlight. Like, fam, I want to turn into... I'm about to crash again. Like, fam, I want to turn into a werewolf. That's how bright I want that moon to be. I want that moon to be full, like, werewolf vibes. Like, I want to legit be howling in the middle of the night because of the moon. Trees rain. I swear, man. Oh, the rain. I learned to adapt to it. But I'm like, fam, like, come on, man. Like, I know I could get more than this. But, like, nothing, I feel like nothing is better than waking up and then you see snow outside. Like, cause I ain't gotta go nowhere. All I just gotta do is freaking just, stay home, record YouTube videos, and Twitch stream. Gets annoying. Yeah. But when it's snow out, when I look outside and it's snowing, I'm like, fam. That's like the ideal day, because my favorite holiday is New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve, it's snowing outside, alright? I'm playing a new video game that I just bought. What other things? Hanging out with the fam, eating food, drinking a Red Bull, staying up till midnight, and then playing more video games. Something I could get behind. Yeah, like, as long as it's not too loud. Like, I ain't trying to wake up to a thunderstorm and I'm sitting there yelling, everybody get under cover. Thinking I'm, like, sitting there having a war dream and I woke up, heard some thunder and flashes going off outside. I'm like, everybody get under... I'm like, get in cover. Like, we're being attacked. My family's looking at me. I'm sitting there crawling through the hallway of the house.
Your teammate has crashed.
My teammate crashed. I swear, my teammate don't know how to drive. That's his problem. I don't even get why they have me have a teammate in this game. He all the way back. He might as well be in last place. But the one type of weather conditions I don't like is when it's sunny outside, when it's hot outside. I'm like, I can't do that. We had a thunderstorm so bad, every thunder shook our house. Time lightning literally struck in our city. Shook. Dang, that's crazy. I think I remember it was I think it was either the first or second year of the second house, or the house I'm currently living in now. I remember as a kid, we had a windstorm, and it got so bad. I was like, bro, it looked like a freaking one of those, like, it looked like World of Worlds outside. You know that scene where Tom Cruise and the girl was like, they were looking at the thunder and the lightning going into the ground. That's honestly what it looked like. And I was like, bruh, if I wake up and I see aliens like zapping people and disintegrating them, I'm like, I'm hiding. I'm getting clean underneath something and I'm hiding. That was a good movie, by the way. Like, Tom Cruise didn't really have, like, a whole lot of, like, he wasn't doing no Mission Impossible stuff in that movie. I mean, he had some scenes, but still. Tom Cruise is one of those actors, I'm like, man, you need to relax. Like, I don't mind, like, that's the thing. I'm like, if I were to do a movie, I definitely would want to do my stunts. But if they're like, okay, so your character is going to be diving out of a burning plane, and he's going to parachute, do a couple of backflips, get shot at. He's going to take one bullet, but yeah, then you also got to fight midair too. I'm like, okay, so point me to the studio where we'll be doing all of that, and the green screen that I'll be in front of. Because if you think that I'm going to really be out jumping out of a burning airplane and fighting in the sky, and then I got to pull my parachute at some point, no, that ain't happening. Tom Cruise looks at me. He's just like, oh, no, it's easy, it's easy. He's like, just count to 3, jump, get into the little fighting scenes. Obviously, you're going to win the fight because it's your movie. Like, 0910, there's the whole windstorm hit. Me and my buds was hanging outside. It was so, oh, bro, I'll never forget when it was so windy outside. I went outside to check the mail because I thought I had something. It was so windy, it legit almost blew my pants down. I'm not even lying when I say that. I had some sweatpants they didn't tie up. Like, there was one of those sweatpants that just had the little loop thing. I don't even know why they make sweatpants like that, but that's how bad it was. I'm like, the wind almost pants me. And I'm like, you know it's some strong wind when it does that to you. I was like, I was not expecting that. Like, it honestly, it looked like, well, I'm trying to think of what it overall looked like. I can't even like place. There's this video of a news reporter. He was outside when it was windy, and he had like his arm all out and stuff, trying to like report. That's how it looked. Like, if I could give you an exact representation, like, yeah, just look. I think I can't even think of the name of the video, but maybe just look up like news reporter and windstorm. Whoever, you know, reporter you see trying to walk in it, that was me trying to check the mail. I said, you know, some wind strong. I was like, bro, I was so glad. I was so like happy people wasn't outside, because I'm like, man, they definitely have been looking at me like, what's this kid doing? I feel like I've seen it sometimes. Watch news. Oh yeah, news blooper videos, man. I'm telling you, them videos are so funny. Especially when they get out there, they ain't tripped and fell on something. I never forget when the one lady, she like fell in some water, and the microphone guy really thought like, I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't know if he was trying to like grab the microphone so I can pull you out, or was trying to like get what she was saying. I'm like, bruh, the woman is drowning. Like, if you don't jump in that water and like help her. He's like, nah, I'm only the microphone guy. I asked them if they need a bodyguard or somebody that can protect the news reporter, but they didn't give me that position, so he's like, all I do is control the microphone. I'm like, wow, you is something else. But me, I probably would say some stuff like that.
Hello and welcome to today's event.
I'm like, hey, look, they only hired me to be the microphone guy, so. Yeah, lifeguard, exactly. I'm saying, I've been like, look, I'm like, if you want me to be a lifeguard, then I'll be a lifeguard. But if you want me to be a microphone guy, I'm going to be a microphone guy. But I'm not going to do both positions. It's either one or the other. They've been like, look, if she dies, you don't get paid. I'm like, well, now we got a problem. Because I don't care what happens to that lady, okay? I'm still the microphone guy. You know, her not knowing how to swim, that's a her problem. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I know I'll definitely be that news reporter getting mad. I'm like, good evening. It's like Tyler Moss with the 7 o'clock news. In today's news, I'm like, what is this typo? I'm like, how y'all mess up on this? I'm like, we practiced this for 3 days straight, and you guys still can't type. I'm like, you know what? What was that one guy? I was like, you know what? Forget it. We're going to just do the whole thing live. I don't care. And then they do that whole, like, delay thing when they try to, like, talk to the person that's outside. They're like, so, Tyler, what's going on outside? And then it's just me sitting there, like, for a solid, like, 5 seconds, just not saying nothing. How y'all misspell onion? I know. I'm like, look, it's O-N-I-O-N, okay? It's not, no, there ain't no U. It ain't union, it's onion. They've been like, look, we're sorry, man. Like, we just, no, it ain't no sorry. I'm like, raise your hands if you, passed elementary. Everybody raises their hand. I'm like, okay, so how come y'all can't spell onion? It ain't U, it's O. The guy's like, well, I felt like, I'm like, you felt like, oh, you should have been up there instead of a no. Boss comes through. He was just all like, Tyler, you're alive. I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, they gonna, nah, we gonna talk about this today. I'm like, forget talking and giving y'all the weather report. It's gonna rain all week, okay? So, to eliminate all that, I don't know why they do a whole segment of just weather, and I'm like, how y'all do a whole segment? Like, I just go up there and just be like, okay, Monday through Wednesday, rain. Thursday, Friday, cloudy. The weekend, more rain. Back to everybody else. They be like, no extra stuff you gotta say? Nah. They're like, well, I'm like, do you want to say what kind of rain it is? It's rain. What kind of rain? Like, what does that even mean? Should I be fun? I know. I'm like, fam, just tell me what the weather's gonna be like. And they're like, going, then they're like, okay, then it's like, alright, well, what in, like, areas is gonna rain? All of Seattle. The whole city. And anything, around Seattle. So, it's gonna be the, Seattle and the cities around Seattle. I'm like, okay. And is it gonna be like that the whole week? I'm like, well, I mean, hey, that's up for God to decide. I'm just the weatherman. I'm like, I can't control the weather. I only talk about it. He's like, how are you getting all this information from my phone? They're like, because I'm like, fam, I'm like, how does the weatherman determine the weather? I feel like all weathermen, they're on some weird stuff. They just be standing on the roof and they just be looking at the sky. Clear as day, and they're gonna be like, it's gonna rain in a couple of days. I can see it. I know, right? I've been up there getting smart. What other positions on there? Then, oh man, don't let me tell like a story. Or it's like, or not so much as tell a story, but like reporting on something. And I start laughing. I'm like, yeah, so today there was an explosion that happened, but if you look at this footage, you can see this old man, like, just giving out the most loudest war cry of all time. It cut to me with tears rolling down my eyes, like, wiping my tears. I'm like, alright. I'm like, if it looks like I was, crying, because I found the video so sad. They be like, here's a leaked footage of Tyler laughing at that old man. I'm like, look, alright. Why that old man gotta give out a war cry just because of an explosion? Like, I'll tell you this much. I ain't gonna say what stories it was, but there are some pretty dark stories that had happened. But it was just the people, like, in the videos that overall, like, it was, bruh. I'm telling you. There are some things that went down in some situations and just overall how them people took it. I shouldn't have laughed, but I'm like, they shouldn't have showed that. I'm just going to say that right now. It's like, what other crazy things? Oh, the sports. I feel like, I don't know. I've been mad if I've been like one of them sports analyst people. I'm like, yeah, so Red Sox won their game today. I'm like, the Sounders, they won theirs. But what's up with them Seahawks? How come they ain't winning? They were like, well, Russell Wilson hasn't been playing. I don't care about that. I'm like, how come they haven't? No, well, I'm going to sit down and talk to them. I'm like, I got to talk to them about this. Then cut off my microphone. I ran out in front of every camera. I'm like, look, something needs to change. That's another thing that I would never do, because I know with those like global like news stations, they be liking to go over in like them war zones and be trying to report. I'm like, you think really a bulletproof vest is gonna stop? Like, what if an explosion happens? What if you guys drive over a landmine? Then what happens? I'm like, you think that bulletproof vest is gonna help me if I drive over a like, nah. I've been that one news reporter. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it. I'm like, I've been banned from. I will purposely get myself banned from an airplane or from a flight just so I won't have to go and go over to like Iraq or Afghanistan. I'm like, why I gotta go over there?
Hello, Okutama. It's race day, and Kristen and I are on the scale. Hold on, sorry. It looks like things are about.
I was like, I would not go over there. I got one time to see an explosion happen. I'm like, hey, yo, turn this plane back around. Zombie apocalypse happens. They got me outside. I've been like, why you guys... I'm like, nah, forget reporting on this zombie apocalypse. Why you guys got me outside right now? I don't know why they have, like, news reporters, like, on the real. They be having them, like, out in the most craziest weather conditions, like windstorms and stuff. Or if it's, like, burning up hot outside, and they be having those news reporters out there, and I'm like, fam, nah, I'm going right there in that studio where there's AC. I'm like, I'm definitely ain't gonna be, outside, and it's gonna be, or AC or a heater. I ain't gonna be out in the cold, and I ain't gonna be out in no burning hot weather. I just think there's like certain jobs I'm just not cut out for. Like being president of the United States. I know I would not be a good president of the United States. I probably would have got into a roasting battle with Vladimir Putin. He looked at me, he was just like, don't you think you're a little bit too young to be running a country? He's like, I mean, look at him, he's a kid. I'm like, you're short. I'm like, you look like, that was like, I swear. I'm like, there was an 8th dwarf in Snow White, but he decided, you know what, I ain't gonna do this. I'm all like, he's just gonna become the leader of Russia. Like, yeah, you got jokes, I got jokes too. I'm like, and you wear high waters. Kim Jong-un will try to chime in and say something. He was like, well, I agree with Vladimir. I'm like, don't you have buttons to be pressing claiming you gonna throw some nukes at us, but you never do. You just test them out in the water. I'm like, don't you say nothing either. They like let me have been like the president of a different country, and I went up there talking. I had not. If I had been like the president of another country, they had where it's like Donald Trump would have been up there. I'd been like, nah. I'm like, me and him, we gotta have our own little moment where we going back and forth with each other. Dang, there's still more races I'm doing? How many races are there?
And we're heading into the final round now.
Oh, it's the final round? Final. I'm like, dang, all these different rounds. Shit, tonight. Thinking, Jackson conversation. Alright, Justin, yeah, I'm probably gonna, after I do this race, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Glad I can help out. I'm about to crash. No, I'm not. Hurry up, finish this race. Call it a day.
Last lap, so hold the lead through to the end now.
It's like, bro, what are you talking about? It's like focus in on me. I'm the one running the race right now. I knew that was gonna happen. Get that close to leveling up, I swear. Those BMWs? Oh, those are Subarus. I was like, they look weird. Alright, go ahead, call it a day with this stream. Appreciate everybody for stopping by, watching this at a later time. Stay tuned for the next stream, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and peace.